holy crap, a lot happened in this episode. Or I felt like a lot happened in this episode because we had like the whole like festival, we had the whole freaking student council situation, we had Iraha's confession conclusion thing, and then we had like freaking Yui and Hachiman's day, we had like New Year's. It was like a lot of stuff happened, so hopefully I touch on everything, and especially the subtle things, because oh my lord, this is gonna be the first time I cuss in these type of videos, because usually I cuss in Game of Thrones videos. But holy shit, there was like so many subtle hints, especially that last scene. Holy like balls. Alright, we might as well just start from the beginning. So Iraha's confession conclusion. We see Hayama and Hachiman talking to one another. I think there were some subtle things, but I feel like they weren't that too important. I think the only major thing was like Hayama points out again that he's not that nice that Hachiman thinks he is, and then when Hayama praises Hachiman, it's not really for Hachiman, it's more or less for Hayama himself. So I feel like Hayama is the type of guy, even though he's very popular with the ladies, he's the type of guy who has low self-esteem. Maybe I don't think self-esteem is the word I'm looking for, but I think you get the like he needs to compliment himself to make himself feel better, I feel like. Or he needs to compliment others to make himself feel better. I think that's what I was going for. But the scene I want to talk about is the train scene between Iraha and Hachiman. Mostly because, I think Iraha is trying to join in the shipping game, this OTP game rather, and, it's too late, Iraha. You should have been introduced in Season 1. You can't be introduced in Season 2 and try to jump in this freaking shipping game. It's too late, because she's in the lead. Like, you can't help it that she's in the lead just because she was, like, the first character introduced, like damn. Iraha, I appreciate her character. I enjoy her character a lot. And, if she was introduced in Season 1, maybe I would have liked her to ship her with, like Hachiman. But, Ari, like, secretly ship Hachiman with, like, Saki and, like, Sensei. But, on, like, the download, on, like, the for real, I ship Hachiman and Yukino. I'm like full steam ahead. But I'm assuming that you have seen all the episodes up to now, and I'm assuming that you know the gag, the humorous gag that Iraha has when when Hachiman is like trying to help her and stuff like this. She has like, are you hitting on me? Sorry, I can't do this or that. Like she gives off funny reasons on why she can't like go on a date with Hachiman, excuse me. It's funny because the first time she did it, and I think she's only done it 3 times so far, the first time she did it, she's like, I'm sorry, you're not my type. And for the second time, and I'm paraphrasing here, it's like, I'm sorry, I have someone else in mind. And the third time was, I'm sorry, you have to give me more time, obviously, because she's trying to deal with the rejection. And when she whispers, like, very, I guess you can call it erotic to Hachiman's ears, like, take responsibility. I'm like, because, this happens in anime a lot. I don't know why, because that stuff never happens in real life. But, I'm like I said, Ira, you can't join this shipping game, this OTP game. It's too late. If you try to join down, the only person you'll really pass is, like, Orimoto. Oh, and there is a small thing at the beginning of the scene where it's, like, Iraha, she's kind of depressed after that rejection. She's feeling sadness for sure. And she's like, Senpai, this bag is too heavy for me. Can you carry it? And she doesn't, like, by the time she finishes it, like, her bag is already in, like, Hachiman's hand. And, like, the girls, they look at it, and last time, like I pointed out, it was more of, like, towards jealousy, but this time they're like, did she just handle rejection? It's okay, Hachiman, we got you this time. Alright, so I think the scene after that is when Hachiman and Yukino and Yui talk to Iraha and the student council, and then they talk to everyone else, like, during the big meeting with the other school, and holy crap, I enjoyed this scene way more than I should. Like, the verbal beatdown that Hachiman and Yukino gave to the other school was amazing. Like, not only were they talking from self-experience from themselves, but they just straight up, like, smacked them across the face. Like, straight up bitch slapped them with words. I just combined verbs and words together. Like, when Hachiman gave his speech, it was just like a warm-up. It was like the wind before the storm. I don't think that's the actual phrase for that. And then, like, when Yukino came in, she, like, straight up was the storm, just, like, backhand everyone in that room that did not belong to their school. And you also have your Orimoto in this episode, in a little part where she's, like, agreeing with, like, the rest of her school about, like, the things and all of this, and we're just like, yeah, I agree, or, like, they say it in, like, a stupid phrase and something like this. It's just so annoying because you hear her voice, but then, like, I do appreciate her effort on trying to, I guess, salvage a relationship, like, the friendship between her and Hachiman, like, when she buys him tea, even though, as an audience, we know that he doesn't drink tea. He drinks coffee, especially, I forgot, it's the yellow can of coffee and that like straight up black coffee. But as an audience, we know that, and I just like, if you consider like the context of the scene of where freaking Orimoto comes from, is that her school, like her council president and her school council, just got like backhand, right? And thing is, she's trying to be nice and friendly, and try to like salvage the relationship between her and Hachiman. Other than that, Rumi also makes an appearance this episode again. I think she might have made one last episode. No, it was 2 episodes ago. There was actually a little small scene between her and Hachiman at the end of episode. If this is episode 10, and at the end of episode 8, I believe that was very cute. And it's just a small banter between the Hachiman and Rumi, where Hachiman himself, he calls Rumi, trying to be cute and all of this, and she's like, "That's not cute. That's disgusting. You're a creep." And then Hachiman's like, "What? I dare you to call me that again." It's just small like that. Anyway, going on banters real quick. I love the banter between Yukinon and Hachiman again, especially when Iraha is scolding them. It's just it's just like before in the relationship, like this new relationship that they have formed between the two of them, actually between the three of them if you count Yui, and it's just it's great seeing them back together and not like trying to hurt one another. Anyway, going back to Rumi, which I gotta say, I love Rumi. I just love her character design, even though it's very similar. Like, most of the girls I feel like are very similar in character design, especially the ones with black hair, especially because they all share a similar character design to Yukinon, but it's not like this is like carbon copy. It's just like there's like, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, I love Rumi, and her character design is very cute, and her scene, it was I think she got character development. I couldn't really tell. I wasn't reading the scene too well, I feel like. But this episode itself, it was just like, it's like a moment in Oprah where it's like, you get character development, you get character development, you all get character development. And I think Rumi, during the whole Christmas festival thing, Rumi got the main lead for the play that Hachiman and Iraha School was trying to put together, which I thought was pretty cool. I think it was her because I think she was wearing a blonde wig. I couldn't tell it was her. She had the character face, but like I said, some of the character designs share, or some of the characters share very similar character design. And then it was New Year's, and then there was also a date between Yui and Hachiman, but let's go with New Year's real quick. Only thing I want to touch on is that of, a little banter between Hachiman and his little sister Komachi, or Komachi. And it's just fun because I think at this point Hachiman knows that Komachi, she's trying to make situations where it's just Hachiman and either Yui or Yukinon, just like them together, so she doesn't feel like a third wheel. Essentially being like a really good wingman, just like Suna. And I think Hachiman sees this. He's not that dense. I know Hachiman is dense, but he's not that dense. Anyway, I think he sees this, and as siblings, I feel like he's just trying to like mess up her plan as she is trying to put a plan on Hachiman, and it's just like them trying to get in each other's way, essentially. And then there was that date montage between Hachiman and Yui, which I gotta say, it was pretty cool. Just just Yui trying on all these different things, trying to pick out a present for Yukinon, and freaking just being cute. Though she's not best girl or the OTP. She's trying. That's a start, Yui. That's a start. But I have to go back to the montage scene at the festival, and I just love how they used the first opening song just to play during the montage, which it was great. And then there's the very last scene. Now this scene itself, due to the fact we get an introduction of a new character, I believe that being Yukinon's mom, I couldn't properly read the scene to every little hints and like all the nooks and crannies within the episode. So if I do miss anything or miss anything subtle, please let me know down in the comments, and I do apologize for missing it. Anyway, you guys know with the context of seeing Hachiman and Yui run into Haruno and Hayama, and they say, "Oh yeah, let's go eat dinner," and stuff like this. And essentially, and then Haruno invites Yukinon, or rather orders Yukinon to get over there, so Yukinon does, because she hears Hachiman is there, which, I like that, and the point where they're on the train together, and she tugs on his coat, at the bottom of his coat, rather than grabbing, like, the metal thing that was hanging, or, like, the actual railing in the train, but she grabs Hachiman instead, just like during the roller coaster, and not only that, she says, "I'm looking forward to another good year with you," or another year with you. And, it's just great seeing that character development. Anyway, going back to the little last scene that we had, freaking Yukina and Haruno's mom comes in, and from what I heard from the internet, and from, like, what I read on forums and all of this, apparently, like I said, I don't know because I want to read the visual novels when they officially translated, even though that's... Anyway, I heard that Yukinon's mom she acts very much like Cersei from Game of Thrones, which, if she does, I'm probably gonna hate her character right away. Well, I already hate her character now on, like, the way she just delivers her lines, which, props to the voice actress. Just like, I already hate her. I feel like we've seen her before, but at the same time, I don't feel like... I think I'm getting her confused when we saw Haruno in Season 1 in Kimoto, so maybe that's the thing. But, it's just the way she's like, oh, Yukinon, this is your birthday party. I'm like, what are you trying to do? And then Yukinon, she looks over to Yui and Hachiman, and then her sister Haruno is like, don't. I'm like, for one, that's a bitch move, but I can see where it's coming from, where Haruno, she knows that she's Yukinon, the way she's looking at Hachiman, and Yui is that Yukinon needs help, and she's trying to get her friends to back her up and stuff like this. But as we know, Yukinon's trying to change, and I think Haruno's trying to do it, but I feel like Haruno's doing it in such a bitchy way. So I think there's that. And then Hayama has, like, this saddened look on his face, and then Hachiman, I think he sees something that I don't really get the context of as of now, at least, because like I said, we were introduced to a new character, and we don't fully know what Yukinon's mom is actually like, so I can't really read the scene properly. But once we get introduced to her character, I might go rewatch this scene so I can get an understanding of the scene much better. But, like, Hachiman, he glares, like, and he just doesn't, like, glare, like, with, like, lovey eyes or lovey-dovey eyes. He's just like, it's like a dead-eye glare, where it's like, man, you fucked up so bad. You're lucky I don't have a knife in my hand to stab you. Holy crap, as of recording this, the timer on my camcorder has said it's about to be 30 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up. My grade for the episode A was fantastic. A lot happened. I feel like a lot happened mostly because they were finishing everything up in Volume 9 of the books. And then they were also transitioning to Volume 10. And from what I know, this has been confirmed for 13 episodes according to my anime list. And I'm assuming if, like, they don't wrap things up by episode 12, then the 13th episode, it will actually be a 13th episode and not like an OVA episode like Season 1 had. Anyway, I think I touched on everything. I might have missed a few things here and there, but if I do, let me know down in the comments below. And also, since you're down there anyway, let me know what your thoughts, or what are your thoughts on the episode itself. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the review, and thanks for watching. But don't forget to leave a like if you think the video deserves it. Subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw. If you haven't already. I'll see you guys all next time. So till then, bye-bye.